Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and this puzzle is as close to a rat run puzzle as I get to do. That's not quite true. This is part of a pack that was put together for Marty Sears' birthday recently by some top quality constructors, and I get to do the puzzle by Sudoku, which features Croakz the Frog, not Finks the Rat, but Croakz the Frog. I will go through the rules in a minute. It's looking fantastic on the grid. I'm really looking forward to giving this a go. I congratulate Marty Sears on his birthday again. We did a couple of puzzles on that day about that. It was just recently, but yeah, well done to the guys who put a pack together for him. Brilliant stuff. Now, let's see what else is going on. Well, of course, Trio's fantastic yin yang journey is our Patreon reward for this month, and it is a brilliant journey through yin yang with a couple of non-Sudokus to start with, and then 11 Sudoku puzzles, some of which are pretty hard towards the end of the pack. But it's kind of gradated, so you will find your way through if you persevere, I believe. Go on, I believe in you. And that's on Patreon, along with our connections and crossword videos that go up regularly and some other stuff generally. We've also got masterclasses of crosswords on Fridays. Bear that in mind. We've got we've been doing streaming. The Blueprints been the game we've been playing. And occasional collaboration videos with Simon and prize winners for the Patreon reward. Well, I mean, there's just so much going on. There's all of our apps, which feature the latest Fog of War Sudoku. There's Sven Sudoku Pad and our merchandise, like this t-shirt. I don't know if you can see the logo. There we go. But do check it all out and interact with us if you wish. We would love it. Now, let's have a look at Sudoku's puzzle. It's called Feeding Frenzy. It's not peasy being green. And I will try and explain the rules. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. They are marked by dotted lines. Now, Croakz the Frog, here he is, has noticed a delicious fly whirring around the pond. If that darn delicacy could only hold still for a second. Help Croakz to chase the fly by drawing his path from water lily to water lily. It's going to leap onto the lilies to get there. The path mustn't visit any cell more than once, cross itself, or pass through any sharp rocks, the thick grey walls. So we're allowed to go that way, but not from there to there, because that would... and also not from there to there because there's a grey rock there. But you could move diagonally from there to there because there's no barrier or obstruction to do it, or from there to there. Right. The grid contains 9 water lilies that must all be part of the path. So they're all on the path. We must determine the order in which the frog visits them. No water lily may contain the same digit. Now, there are more rules about the lilies to come. Digits separated by a brown leafy twig, they're in a sort of V shape, and they sum to 5. Not all possible twigs have been given. Digits separated by a large green leaf have a difference of at least 5. They're like German whisper leaves. Not all possible leaves have been given. Digits separated by a round frog egg, I think there's only one of those in the grid, have a 1:2 ratio, so it's like a black dot. One is double the other. And the water lilies divide Croakz's path into split P segments. So a segment between 2 water lilies must sum to a 2-digit number formed by both the digits on the lilies. For example, if the water lilies contain the digits 1 and 2, then the path between them means that those cells in between them add up to either 12 or 21. So that segment would be either worth 12 or 21. The segment from Croakz's starting position to the first water lily Might be that one, might not. Must sum to the digit on that water lily. Oh, I see, so it's a 1-digit number in that case. This includes the digit on Croakz's starting position itself. Good luck. Well, I agree with good luck. Good luck to you if you decide to take this on. It's the first link under the video, and it comes up with this colourful grid. I don't know if there's an option for... what would it look like if we hit the background element and the colours? Not very different, but I'm going to use the full colorage and background image because, I don't know, I think it was just the colors switched off the blue. Right, let's give it a go. Let's get cracking. Okay, I'm trying to do a quick scan of the grid to see if we can start anywhere other than thinking about the path, and we can't. There's those 2 V's, there's that black dot, there's these 2 whisper leaves. Nothing else is any use to us. There's a path to be drawn that includes all the lilies. Right, let's start with Croakz. He's got to get to a lily, and his path has to add up to the number on that lily. It's like an arrow, and he's on the tip of it. Okay, well, this is quite interesting. He's got to come out. I mean, we can straight away say that he comes out this way because of the walls around him. Now, I don't believe he can go this way to that lily because he would have 4 cells in box 7. They would have to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, adding up to 10. And we can't put 10 on the lily. And, well, you see, this is tricky. The same is true if he went that way to that lily. But bear in mind the diagonal moves he can make. Now, he's not allowed to go through there because there's a rock there. I don't actually, okay, he can't get to that one. Yeah, given this starting point, and given the fact that we're counting Croakz himself in his cell, he's got to use up 3 cells to get to the edge of this box. Then, well, you might think that he could then go 1, 1, 1 in other boxes. But I don't think there's a path to do it. I think we're going to conclude that he hits this lily. If he could get... Yeah, he can't get into that cell as the first cell outside his box because of this rock in between this 2 by 2. And therefore he'd have to take 2 cells here. The minimum count of his path in this box is going to be 6. 1, 2, and 3. Then if the minimum count of his path in box 8 is going to be 2. Is going to be 3, 1 and 2. And therefore he can't reach any lily other than this one, because he's going to have to either get out of the box or get to that one. So that's the one he gets to. And I think, therefore, he's got to come along this way. And those 2 cells are a 1 and a 2. And he's sitting on a 1, 2, and a 3. Now, can he come there? Yes. It could be a 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. But the other digit on the V, on the twig in this box, is not going to be any of the 1, 2, 3s that get him there. It's going to be a 4. So that's a 4. This is a 1. This is not a 1. And then he's going to reach a 2 or a 3. I still think it could be here. 2, 1, 3, 2. Oh no, sorry, that is not a V leaf. That is a German whisper leaf. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9. He doesn't go through there. He goes through here and then down there. He's allowed a diagonal move there. This is 2 or 3. And now his path does add up to 9. I've realized I didn't write 9 on the lily. Now, there are other bits of the path. Remember, the path must go through. It must finish at the fly. I think that was clear. So it goes through every lily. So it goes through this one like that. Actually, in this little segment, it doesn't join those two like that, because there has to be a number between them that adds to, it's the split pea segment. And therefore this lily must have one line there and one line there. There's got to be an entrance and an exit. Then I guess we're going to fumble around in this box, probably in this kind of region of the grid, and hit that one and exit out that way. I mean, I think we must. Oh, this one's been cut off as well. This one's been cut off even worse than row 9, column 9. This one over here is going to have a path like that through it, because we can't come into this region of the grid anymore, because it's been blocked off by the path we've created. I'm sure there was a rule about the path. I don't remember. The path must not cross itself. Yeah, must not visit any cell more than once or cross itself. So these have become out of bounds. Right. Now we've got to start thinking about the split pea business. I was thinking, when I was reading the rules, I was thinking, oh, the presence of a 9 in the puzzle is going to mean there's going to be a region of at least 19 and another one of at least 29. But the fact that that 9 has been at the end of the first segment means that one of those statements is not true. However, from this 9, we're going to go somewhere, and we're going to go somewhere which needs, well, which is going to take its segment up to 19 or 29. Actually, maybe that's not such a hard number to hit. Any 3 digits will do it. 19 isn't, anyway. Okay, let's think about this box. This could join up to the 9 either directly or through either or both of those cells. Actually, there's other ways it could join up. Does it have to join up to the 9? Oh, yes, it does. Yes, if the 9 made an escape up this way, in any way getting out through that set, like if the path from the 9 didn't join up with one of these ends and tried to get out without doing that, these two ends then can't get out. They can't go through here, and they can't both go through here, so they would have a problem. So that 9 end of the path must join up. It can't join up with that one, or it'll cut off this one. So these two ends join together, but not necessarily through this cell. And this, does it go straight to that? No, oh, well, it could. It could if those added up to, or if they concatenated to 12 or 13 or something. Right, we're joining from this lily to this lily, and we're joining through these cells. Oh, look, we've got a 1 and a 2 in this row. This is at least a 3. And that means this number is at least 39. What the heck? Okay, I think that we've now got to have a path looking like this. We've got to get to 39. Let's just think about this for a second. These 6 cells could add up on their own to about 39. But if you went any less path than that, and I think the next longest is just that. Let me just show you that. I think the next longest path is just that. There's no way these 4 cells can add up to 39. 24, 30, 32 or something is their max. I mean, I acknowledge it's getting a little closer than I was expecting, but that doesn't work. So I think we do have to go through this navigation. And this segment is worth 39. Maybe I should do it in a different color. Actually, why not? I'm not going to use any other. I'm not going to need. other colours on the path for any particular reason. So I can say that the pink segment is 39. Then I can say that the green segment... what is the green? Well, actually, okay, hang on. Can the pink segment be 49? That is the next question. These could add up to 39 with a 3, 2, 1 here. Then these two cells could be an 8 and a 7 at the max. That gets us to 54. Now that's not enough for 59, so I'm bringing that down to 3 or 4. And then this line is only going to add 2 cells. Well, this is going to have to be a 1. It's going to be 13 or 14. You can't get to 20 anything. So those two do add to 13 or 14. Right, if it's 14, these 2 cells add to 14, and that's a 4. That's 18 used in the box. Now, you know the secret, I'm sure you do, that each row, column, and box adds up to 45. That would leave 27 here in our efforts to get to a 49 total, and those two would have to add to 22. That's not possible. So guess what has just proved its position? That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Lily. Right, these two add up to 13, and that's a 3. Total of 16. The rest of the box totals 29 towards a 39 total, and now these two add up to 10, and they can't use 1, 2, or 9. They're a 3, 7, or a 4, 6 pair. These I don't know anything about. They could be any of the pairs that add up to 13. Oh, the path is interesting after this. Does it go up through here? I mean, yes, it could. If that was, well, that could be 21. Could it? Oh, no, hang on. I think this is impossible. Right, bear in mind, this yellow path that I've imagined here is going to have to connect these 2 lilies, obviously, and this is 6 digits in the same box. They have to add up to at least 21. And it won't be 21 because you can't use the number 1 in the box. It's already been used. So that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the least. That's 27. Now you can't make this a 3 because we've already had a 3 on a lily. So it couldn't be 31. And 41 would require more than 6 digits. The most that the 6 digits can add up to is 39. So this yellow path is just not possible. And therefore the path goes this way and out there because of the rules and the pink path that it mustn't cross. Now it might turn up here. Let's think about these two actually. I think we've now established there is no path here. This is not anywhere the frog will go. And in fact, therefore, when it comes out of here, it will turn north. But I'm thinking about these two because one has gone. These now have to give a number. We are going to connect them up together with a segment. That number is at least 24. Actually, 24 may be the maximum with a 9, 8, 7 here. We're certainly going to need all 3 cells. Look, there is a region boundary between these, so we could repeat a digit. So 24 is not the maximum. That's annoying, but bear it in mind. If this was a 9, 8 pair, this one can't be a 9 because of that. It's at least 8. 25 is now possible. 8, 9, 8. So these are either a 24 or 25 concatenation involving a 2. Oh, obviously, where does this end of the path come out? There. Now we've got this segment, which surely it's not going to be... Oh, it could be... It can't be 12. These digits add up to at least 14. Oh, it could be 15. But it's probably 21. It's surely too much to be 41. Those could be 9, 8, 7, 6 and a 9 there. 39 is the maximum. This is either giving us a segment of 21 or 15. Actually, I was going to do these segments in alternating colours and I just forgot to do anything like that. So we'll have a blue one there. The blue segment is either 15 or 21. Now to be 15, this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be a 1, and that would be really helpful. To be... Oh, where does this path go? We've now joined up the beginning of the Croakz path. He's still got to get back to these 3 lilies before he gets to the frog. This is going to determine where the path is going. It's got to go up here through this lily, leave room to go around the top later, which must involve it going through all these 8 cells and down there. That's fantastic. Well, I'll colour the path segments later. And now we know the order of all the lilies apart from these 2, because we've got to end in the fly one. Now, if these added up to 21, oh, these digits do add up to at least 24. We've got to only use the digits 9, 8 and 7. You can't have any more than an 8 there. So that's 8 or 7. And these are 9, 8 or 9, 7. And they definitely include a 9, which I'm not going to pencil mark because it's across boxes. Now, this could be a 2. Oh, but what's going to happen in... Oh, this segment is not very long. Ah! Okay, this is a good time for me to change the colour of the segment and have an orange segment so I can discuss it with you. That orange segment is never going to get... Remember, we've used 1 on the lilies, 2 somewhere here, 3 somewhere there. This one is at least a 4. If this was a 4 or a 5, the total for the orange segment would have to be at least 45. Well, you're not going to achieve that in 3 digits there and 1 there. It's far too much. So that is a 2. And this is now definitely a 5. And this is, the blue is a 15. And we can do that, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And this is a 1. Now we've got 25, and I think there was only one way of doing that. That was with an 8, 9, 8. That adds up to 25. We're flying here. Well, we're leaping from lily to lily. And we've done 9, 3, 1, 5, and 2. Everything else is 4, 6, 7, or 8. That one's not a 4. Right. This one is 20-something. 24, 6, 7, or 8. Oh, what's going on in this column? Oh no, in this box, those can't be 2 and 5. They're a 3, 4 pair. That's a 2, 5 pair. In fact, these digits in the box are 6, 7, 9 now. Mustn't forget Sudoku when doing a Sudoku puzzle. Oh, that has to be low on the German whisper leaf. That's a 4. That's a 9. That means this isn't a 4 and that's not a 4. Wow. Okay, good. Now, where is the path going, maybe, after this lily? Oh, by the way, this orange bit is now at least 26. 26, 27, or 28. Oh, what's going on in this column? 3 and 4 are getting used up there, because this pair has to add to 10, remember? And these digits are from 1, 6, and 7, and one of them is a 1. Well, that one's not a 1, is it? No, 25 would be the max. That 9, 8, 7 are the max digits there. Plus the 1 that I'm imagining would make only 25. So that's not the 1, this is the 1 in the column. 1, 2, 5. I'd love to do some Sudoku here, but I don't think there's a... Oh, these add up to 13. We still don't know anything about that. These two add up to 10 because those two do. And there's 6, 7 pair. I don't know. Okay. Max 24 plus 6 is 30, 7 is 31, but we're only going to 26, 27 or 28. Now, the rest of these segments are going to be bloomin' huge. At least 46 for every other segment in the puzzle. And I mean, there are 3 segments to go. Oh, this is weird. There are 3 segments to go. 2 of them, the numbers can begin with a 4. So 40 something and 40 something. I'm just going to write down the possibilities. Let's say 46 and 47. And then what I suspect will be the final segment if 4 isn't the penultimate digit. But one of the segments is going to have to be at least 67 because it doesn't use a 4. So the remaining 3 segments are going to have to add up to at least 160, according to my maths. Might be 159 if I've done something wrong. But I mean, something in that region. Well, and which cells are we looking at? Oh, I've just noticed this can't be an 8. It's in a box which already has an 8. Oh, that sees that as well. The 8 is definitely here on the lily. And these are a 6-7 pair. That means none of these digits can be 6 or 7 because they see them both. Oh, well, of course they can't. There's a 6-7 pair in this box. In fact, the rest of the cells in this box are 2, 3, 4, and 5. That one can't be a 5 because we're on a V, or a twig, I should call it today. Now, what did I get to? I got to 160, and I was going to bother adding up the remaining cells which are available. Am I going to bother? Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. I'm not only going to take that 160 total, I'm going to add this on, which is at 26 at least. So including that, we're up to 186 required from these cells. These are the available cells that can count. I'm not doing any lilies. I suppose we could come down into there somehow. But we mustn't go on the path again. These orange cells have to provide numbers that add up to something like 186. We've got one box there for 45. We've got another one here, but we're taking out 8 and 4. So that's 90 minus 12 is 78. These digits are a pair adding up to 10 and 8 and 5, 23. Where was I? 78 plus 23 is 98, 101. That could be a 9, 110. Those do add up to 22, 132. Now these ones are 15, that's 147. There's this whole box, 192. And a 7 there, 198, and maybe a 9 here. Oh, okay, that wasn't worth doing. There were 21 degrees of freedom approximately there. Now, some of those will get eaten into because maybe you can't visit all the cells on your path. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I've gone a bit crazy there. I thought it was worth checking. I can't help that. Oh, that fly is 6 or 7, so this pair is not a 6-7 pair. Okay, I'll try and do some Sudoku instead. We've got 6, 7, and 9 to place here. I mean, yeah, this is an interesting question. Can we be connecting up with that next? That is a good question. If we did, how are we picking up the 4 later and getting out? From here to pick up the 4 and then get out to this exit, I think we would have to go this way. Would there be any alternative to that? And the answer is no. There would be no alternative method of getting hold of that 4 and getting out, whilst also creating a path. I don't know what it's going to do down here, something crazy like that. Well, I mean, why do that when we could pick up all the cells, something like that? Now, the question is, will that grey work? And I think the answer is no. The answer is definitely not. Because this segment here would have to be adding up to 48 or 84. This is the only way, remember, you could pick up that 4. Now, in theory, you could make 3 cells in one column and 3 cells in another add up to 48 just. But that's if they were all allowed to be 9, 8, and 7. And you can't do that in this column. So this grey path is wrong. What that proves is that 4 is not the penultimate digit in the set. And that means it comes between this lily and that lily. We must pick it up next and then go to this lily. And we do not go to that lily from its north end, because then we'll never get out again. Once we've come down from here to here in some way, if we then went round here, we would never get our path out again without crossing itself. So we must come down here. We must get to a total of at least 46 on this path. There's loads to go, and we've got to come down here to get it. Now, I am going to come at least all the way down to here, because I'm absolutely certain that these aren't enough to give 46. Their max would be 9, 18, 25. It starts getting a bit closer than I thought, 41. But it's true, that's not enough. So we are coming down to here. And then, oh, hang on. And now the whole thing seems impossible to me. Because how are we going to get to that 4? Sorry, I've done something wrong here. What I thought I could do is come down here, mess around here, and get back to that 4. And now I'm not seeing any way of doing that. Okay, so I've got it wrong. I've got the idea wrong. That's really annoying. Ah, okay. So we're going to go here, take some of these cells and hit that. And then from the 4 to the 8, we can mess around down here. We can do that, yes. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. I'd misinterpreted that. So I'm not going to run a line down here anymore. That was nonsense. I'm going to get across to here and come in this way. Okay. The way I'm now seeing it is that this 8 joins to this 4. In terms of the chronological order of the path, the 4 joins to the 8. We get from the 4 to the 8. Now, we're going to have to do that. To score the 48, we're going to have to use a lot of this area. So we're going to have to come out of that 4 this way, and then come down into this area south. Now, we're then going to have to achieve 48 on this segment of line. That's going to include that 22. Now we know how much this whole area adds up to. It's the other pair that makes 10. Oh, by the way, here's some Sudoku. 1 looks at that digit. Is that any use? No, it just takes 2 out of that cell. But in this segment, we have a 5 and an 8. And we have 2 digits that add up to 10 that aren't in those cells. So this area adds up to 23. I'm going to do a bit of area colouring. That area adds up to 23. That area adds up to 22. Definitely. That's 45. If we used We must use this cell as well, otherwise we're not getting to 48. But we can't put a 3 in that cell. So now we're not going to use all of these. We're going to use a digit in this cell that is 3 higher than a digit or digits we don't use in this area. Well, it has to be a single digit because 3, 4 are actually 3, 5 are the minimum digits here. So we're going to miss one digit in this area, which I think has to be in row 8 because we have to come into the area twice. We're going to use this. That's got to be next on the path after this. Then we go here, given the rock that blocked us at the beginning. And in fact, that must go to that. We're going to get one of these cells, and the one we're going to miss is a digit that is 3 lower than whatever is in here, which could be a 9, and that would let us miss a 6. But it could be an 8 here, which lets us miss a 5. Or a 7, which lets us miss a 4, or a 6, which lets us miss a 3. And I don't know. Good Lord, this is a crazy puzzle. That can't be a 9 anymore. Because of this 9. 1, 2, 9, 3. Can I do Sudoku? Sudoku sometimes helps. That can't be a 4. Oh, actually, look at that. Sorry, I'm just restoring the digits. So this is how I had this. But there's a 4 there, and in this box there's a 4 in one of those cells. Neither of these can be a 4, so this is a 5, 8 pair. So, is that helpful? The 5 in the bottom row is in one of those cells. The 8 is in one of those two. These are from 4, 6, 7. This can't be a 4. Therefore, that can't be a 6. Now, that hasn't taught me what these are yet, I don't think. What is down here? I don't know. It just depends what these are. 1, 5, 8. I want some Sudoku to do. 9 and 4 are there. There's an 8 here. I mean, I could start thinking, oh, we've worked it out. We've worked it out. We're going to have to go into this segment to get enough to make the 48 total. Okay, so I'm changing colour here. Let's have a red path here. And the green path between that lily and that one is going to add up to at least 46. That could be 24. That is 5. That's 29. Plus a 5 there maximum. That's 34 maximum. We're going to need both of these cells, and they're going to add to at least 12. And then the order that we hit them in is definitely like that. Okay. Right. Now, it's got to be 46 or 47. We can't get to 64. Say 24 there, 9, 8, 7. Well, hang on. There's... what digits have we still got to place in this box? There's a 9 been used here. Oh, there's a black dot here. Oh, good grief. I'm sorry. I forgot the special markings. Oh, that's huge. That's going to do quite a lot of things, isn't it? That's a 7, 9 pair. Now, that's become a 7. Oh, this could have done a lot. Let's just see how this unfolds. That's not a 3. 3, 7, 1, 2, 9. 6 is in one of these cells. 4's in one of those. 8's in one of these. And something here is a 5. Right, the digit we are missing off the red line is 5, 6, or 8. And this is 3 more. So that is now 8 or 9. But 8 is down here in the row. That's a 9. And we're dropping off 6. We're not hitting 6. So 6 is the digit we're going to miss here. That must be here. There we go. That's the path. These digits are 4, 5, and 8. and that one's not 8, and that one's not 4. There we go. And now this path must add up, because that's what we were achieving with 9 there and 6 there. 6 plus 4, 5, 8. I'm just checking this. 23, 32, 41, 48. That is right. Hurrah. Now, what else has that done in the Sudoku stakes? Must have done something. That 4 or 5. Oh, that 6 sees this lily. 7 there, 6 there. 6 on the final lily. Now, this path now has to add to 47, this green segment. This can't be 9, 8, 7 anymore because of that. So 23 max there, definite 5 on the twig, that's 28, definite 7 there, that's 35. We have to get to 47. These two have to add to at least 12. This digit can't be 9, 8, 7 or 4. And this, hang on, I can't get there. I cannot get to the total. I've messed it up. Okay, I said that this group of cells were absolute max 9, 8, 6 to make 23. This is a definite 5, and that's a 7. 23, 30, 35. I need 12 more from these. That can't be more than 6, and that I've marked as no more than 5. I can't get to the total. You're kidding. What have I got wrong? I'm 1 short. There's no way I can have 9, 8, 7 here. It would break that. That's a V. We know that adds up to 5. That's 7. I've filled it in. This can't be 6, 7, 8 or 9. And this can't be 7, 8 or 9. It's in a box with all of those. Oh no, I'm going to just be condemned to do like Tantalus, to do this maths endless. Oh look, I can take that 9. Oh, my path was wrong, you numpty man. Well, I know that these are both in it, because if I have to go to that 9, it needs 2 exits. There's no other way through. So this is the correct path now. I'm sorry I got it wrong. But now we've added 9 in. This is very different. So 16 there and 5 here. That's 21 definitely in the yellow cells. The blue cells are going to have to add to 26. Well, in this box, the maximum these can be is 653, which is 14. So these two have to be at least 12. That is the most they can be, because this one sees 9 and 8, and that one is at most 5. Is that right? 653 here. Okay, let me just fill in the candidates. I think this is what we're going to get. 5, so 10, 17, 26, 31, 38, and this 3, 5, 6. Oh, I've miscounted. That's a relief in a way. So let's get rid of those candidates. Sorry, that's good. We'll make them blue again. There we go. So the blue cells add up to 16, 21, 26. I thought we had a maximum 653 here for 14. Well, I'm getting there. I'm getting to the same total again. So what went different with the counting? 21 there. That's right, in yellow. So it's got to be 26 in blue. If that's 3, 5, 6, which are the maximum in a box with 9, 8, 7, 4 gone, that's 14. These have to add to 12. That can be a 7 at most, and that's a 5 at most. Okay, I do think it's right now. I don't know where I went wrong the next time, but there we go. This is right. This is how it's done. I'm going to recheck the total again. 5 there, 10, 17, 26, 33, 6, 5 and 3, 36, 41, 47. I now believe it is correct. So that 2 and 1 are done. That's Sudoku. This can't be 5. I've got a 2-3 pair down here that has survived all the ravages of frogliness. Oh, that's become a 4. So now that's a 5, that's 8, that's 4. These are not 4. They are a 2-3 pair. That's on a 2-3 twig. There we go. So this row needs 1, 4 and 5 on. That has to be a 5. This is 1 and 4. Now, I have a feeling that's not going to be 1. We're trying to get to 20 in those 3 cells. That must be, if that has a 4 in it, these are 9 and 7. Oh, they can't be. What the heck happened now? We're not trying to get to 20 in these 3 cells. We're trying to get even higher to 21. 4, 9, 8. If that's a 4. That can be done. Oh, I'm losing my mind here. Right, the 4 in the bottom row is placed. That 5-8 pair is resolved. 3, 4, there's a 9 in box 9 and it's there. This is 2 or 7 by Sudoku. Now, the green path, sorry, the final frog segment is virtually finished, but we need to know how he wiggles around up here. Let's keep doing Sudoku. We've got a 2-3 pair there. We've placed 5 here, then we've placed 8. This in the corner is 6 or 7, and that is 6 or 7 as well. So as we go up this column, we need a 3-9 pair. I'm going to start adding it up soon, but I'd like to do more Sudoku. That's in the same box as this. So that's a 2, and that's a 2. 3, 9, 5, 7, 2. This is a 1, 4 pair that are being left off the line. That's 6, 8. I'm just going to keep doing Sudoku till I can't do any more. 2, 4, 9, 1, 5. 3, that is a naked 7. That's 3 or 6. This is where 8 goes in the row. One of those is a 5. We're selecting from 3, 4 and 6. That's a naked 4. And that's 3 or 6. So in this final column we can do 2, 9. Then we can go across another 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner, proving its position. That's a 3. That's going to fix 6 and 3. That's going to make this a 6. This 2, 3 pair's now been done. And the Croakz starts as a 2. Ribbit. Now we've got... What else have we got here? Well, I'm going to be able to add up the top frog, I imagine. That's a 1. This is a naked 7. I can do a lot of Sudoku now. 3, 7, 2, oops, 2, 6, 7, 6, 5 and 7. I could finish this all off by Sudoku, but before I do that, I would like to find the path. So, we've got nearly all of the path done. The last green segment is going to take in 2, 1, 5, 9, which adds up to 17. The whole of the top row, which adds up to 45. So we're up to 62. And we're either getting to 68 or 86. Well, it's going to be 68, and we need all of these 2, 3, and 1 to complete the path, which is now complete. And now I can do the last 2 cells. What a fantastic puzzle. Congratulations, your digits are quacked, but all Croakz aside, happy birthday, Marty. You're a great source of inspiration and puzzling joy. It is wonderful to have you as a friend. Well, I'm going to claim that that also applies for me as well as Sudoku, because it is. Marty brings things to the puzzling world that it didn't have before, and they are all joyful. So does Sudoku. Putting the joy into Sudoku, as I've said before. Absolute blast, that puzzle. And we got our froggy friend through. Our little raniform rapscallion made it to the end. He went through lilies 2, 9, 3, 1, 5. No, he was a 2, and he went through lilies 9, 3, 1, 5, 2, 7, 4, 8, and 6. Phew! Fantastic, fantastic stuff. Just great fun. Thank you for watching, and really hope to see you again on the channel again soon. Bye for now.